Turkey's parliament on Thursday approved a motion that would allow Turkish troops to be deployed in Libya for a one-year period.
Here is the result of the open vote for the presidency motion number 1044. The number of votes, 509. Approval, 325. Denial, 184.
Ankara supports the UN-backed Libyan government of national accord and wants to make sure it remains in power as the Tripoli-based government is fighting off rival forces of General Khalifa Haftar's Libyan National Army. Members of the ruling Justice and Development Party believe the presence of Turkish troops in Libya would be a deterrent factor for the LNA. However, the main opposition Republican People's Party voiced great concern regarding the potential deployment and voted against it. The party's leader, Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu, called on the government to urge the UN to send a peacekeeping force instead. He tweeted, "Turkey must take the lead for efforts to establish stability in the region and concentrate all diplomatic efforts in that direction." The motion gives Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan full control over the decision-making process regarding the deployment of Turkish troops in Libya. Erdogan would have full control over the extent, scope and timing of the deployment of troops overseas. The motion also notes that the humanitarian situation is worsening in Libya and that the clashes have created a favorable environment for terrorist organizations such as ISIL and Al-Qaeda. Last November, Erdogan signed two major deals with the GNA, a maritime boundary agreement that creates a financial motive for Turkey but has infuriated Greece and Egypt, and a security deal that paved the way for Turkey's offer to send troops to the region as well. Turkey's move is a risky one, as it could create tension with Russia, who supports the Haftar's LNA forces. Ankara wants to avoid any conflicts with Moscow, as the two countries have massive economic and security deals in play. Last year, Ankara purchased an S-400 missile defense system from Moscow, and Russian President Vladimir Putin is expected to visit Istanbul for the launch of the Turk Stream pipeline project on January 8th. The decision to send troops to Libya will likely be high on the agenda when Erdogan and Putin meet. Michal, Bardavid, CGTN, Istanbul.